It's your girl Felicia. Hi, Felicia. Today I'm going to bake something I haven't baked in a long time, and I want to share it with you because it's just that good. It is a bread pudding, but it's not a traditional bread pudding. This pudding I will be baking is a pecan bread pudding with a vanilla sauce. It's delicious, and I promise you, after you try this bread pudding, you will want to make it like this over and over again. With no delays, let's get to it. Before we get started putting this bread pudding together, go ahead and preheat your oven at 350 degrees and grease your baking dish. Whether it be a 3x9 by 2-inch baking dish or a 1.5 quart casserole dish. And I will be using this 1.5 casserole dish, the old Corningware. My mom had it when I was a little girl, and so I still had her Corningware. Okay, now let's talk about the ingredients. And I watched my mom, my grandmother, make bread pudding years and years and years. And every now and then people change it up, whatever they want to put in it. So my Aunt Geneva told me, baby, you know, whatever you want to do, adding to your bread pudding, it's up to you. So in this bread pudding, as I said, the pecans, I got 1 cup of pecans. And I'm going to toast these since my oven is ready. But these are not toasted yet. You don't have to toast them. And instead of me adding raisins, I'm going to add Crasians. These dried cranberries. And I wanted to be a little tart. And that's why I chose to change it up. And you don't have to add any raisins at all. If you don't like raisins, don't add any. And if you don't want any pecans, don't add any. It's up to you. And also, you're going to have like 4 cups of day-old bread. But I ain't got no day-old bread laying around, you know. So, I'm going to have I'm going to add these King Hawaiians sweet rolls. So, I'm going to use 4 cups of this. And sometimes, y'all go overboard. I sometimes add more than 4 cups. And so, whatever kind of bread you want to use is up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to you. Do what you want. And so, we're going to have our ground cinnamon, our ground nutmeg, 4 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted. And the eggs, 2 eggs, you want to slightly beat them. I have a cup of granulated sugar, 2 cups of whole milk, your vanilla extract, and I do have my half a cup. This is a half a cup of that Crasians. And so I think that's everything, but I will have the recipe down in the description box. So let's get ready to pull this together. I'm going to go ahead and toast my pecans and get my other stuff out of the way, and we're going to put this together. All right, we got our large bowl. You want your large bowl next. And we're going to add in our bread and our raisins. And when I used my Hawaiian rolls, I did use 10. 8 would have been okay, but sometimes I'd be extra. And I'd use 10 rolls, 10 of the Hawaiian rolls. So we're going to add in, and I see how I broke them up apart. And our crazy raisins. Your raisin or your craisin or none at all. It's up to you. So we're going to set this aside. And we're going to go to our stove. So we can do our mixture for our bread pudding. Okay, let's turn our heat on. This saucepan to medium. And I'm going to add in my 4 tablespoons of butter. And get a little, throw that around a little bit. And now we're going to add in our milk. And that is 2 cups. And we're going to add in next our sugar. And that is a half a cup. We're gonna mix this up. But this should cook anywhere between 4 to 7 minutes. Our mixed mixture is ready. And we're gonna pour our mixture over our bread and our craisin or raisins. Or none at all. And one thing about making bread pudding, if you feel like you got, if the pudding is, you don't have enough bread, add more bread. And if you don't have, you got too much bread and not enough liquid, just go ahead on and make you some more butter, sugar, and milk together. And we're gonna let that sit. I'm gonna push this down. Make sure I'm a bread in there. And we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes. And I may add me a little bit more bread up in there. But we're gonna let it soak up in there. But I'm gonna add me some more bread. And I'm gonna let you know, so you can add to it. So I already had 10 in there. So one thing about recipes, bread pudding, you can add more or less. More milk, less milk. So I'm gonna add one more roll to it. I'm gonna add one more. Because that's gonna be a total of 12 rolls that I had. We're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. And see, you get to see me when I add it in, and sometimes not going by the recipe. So we're gonna let that sit for 10 minutes, and we'll be back to adding the rest of the ingredients. 10 minutes is done. Now we get to stirring in the rest of our other ingredients. And this is our eggs, slightly beaten. That's 2 eggs. The vanilla extract, I'm using pure. Gonna use 1 tablespoon. Hope I don't have to open my other bottle. And we're gonna next add nutmeg. And we're gonna add in a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm gonna sprinkle this all around. And next is our cinnamon, 1 teaspoon. But y'all, I'm telling you like this, I love the cinnamon in my bread pudding. And I'm gonna just shake this all over like that. I like that good cinnamon taste to it. It's up to you how much you want to add. Then our pecans, and I chopped these up pretty good. And this is 1 cup. And I did toast mine. You don't have to. Spread this down here. And we're gonna mix this together. And we're gonna get our dish. We're gonna pour it in here. And like I say, I love parchment paper. Parchment paper is my friend. And some of y'all that watch my videos, you know I use a lot of parchment paper. And that is an easy cleanup. You don't have to use any parchment paper. You don't want to. But I'm going to. And we're going to pour this in. So, we're going to put this in the oven. Look at it. That 1/2 quart dish was good. And we're going to put this in the oven. Remember, 350 degrees. And it's going to bake for 40 to 50 minutes or until it's set in the center. And you can tell by you get a knife and a certain near the center of it, and if it comes out clean. And so we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna cut around these edges before I put this in the oven. And we will see you when it is finished. But while this in the oven baking, we're gonna make that vanilla sauce. So hold on, we'll put this in the oven. Time for the vanilla sauce. All right, I'm ready to make this sauce. I got my heat on medium. Got a saucepan ready to go. And now we're going to add in our butter. Just 1 stick or 1/2 cup. And we're going to add in our heavy whipping cream. It is a 1/2 cup. I may add another 1/2 cup because I'm adding some brown sugar to this sauce. Because originally it was no brown sugar, now it's brown sugar. Granulated sugar and brown sugar. So that's a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And you want to mix this together and stir it as you go, because you want this to thicken. You add everything in except for the vanilla flavor. So we're going to let this cook anywhere about 5 to 8 minutes to where it get thick and the butter has melted. And make sure you stir it occasionally, because you do not want it to burn on this medium heat. And once this is done, we will come back and we will add in our vanilla. Okay, this is how my sauce is looking. Thick. It does have to come to a full boil, and you want to make sure you're thick. Turn it stove off, and we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract or your vanilla flavor. And you do not have to add the brown sugar if you don't want to. That brown sugar makes it extra good. And this is your sauce. So I did add more heavy whipping cream to this recipe off camera. So a total for this recipe is 1.5 cup of heavy whipping cream if you're adding the brown sugar and the granulated sugar. So if you don't want it to be thick like this, do not add the brown sugar. All right, the bread pudding is finally done. 50 minutes. Depends on what you're baking it in and how long it's going to take, but watch it. And this is a close-up of it. And I did punch it with a knife to see was it done around the edges. And you want it a little moist in the middle. And we're going to get ready to cut into this and add some of this sauce to it. Okay, I'm going to get ready to cut into this. Let me get this. No, it's a little hot. A little hot, much hot. And I got to scoop this bread pudding up. Take a little cut out of it. Get this spoon. Look. That's how it looked, that bread pudding. Yeah, my kitchen smells so good. It smells so good in here. Oh, you can smell the cinnamon, the nutmeg. Ooh, and the toasted pecans. I'm going to put a little sauce over it. You want your sauce a little warm. We're going to drizzle that sauce over there. Add a little more. I just put a little in this bowl. And there you have it. I can't wait to dig in. You have got to try this recipe. Well, that's a wrap. I hope to get a chance to make this delicious pecan bread pudding with vanilla sauce. I'm guaranteed your family will love it. It's not only delicious, but it's full of flavors. Got those toasted pecans in it, Crasians instead of raisins, the brown sugar, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and let's not forget the butter. And if you'd like to have this delicious recipe, just look down below in the description box. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And anytime that I might stream live or upload a video, just hit that notification bell. And as always, have a blessed and wonderful day. This your girl Felicia. Bye.